Hi everyone. As few more students are joining, I'll
Yes,
just
yes.
introduce today's speaker, Mr. CA Rohan Pingle. I'll just give a short introduction about him because he's in the industry for a very long time. So, Mr. CA Rohan Pingle is a seasoned practicing chartered accountant and also a partner at Motilal and Associates, bringing over 20 years of rich professional experience. He's a qualified chartered accountant and has also completed the certificate course on concurrent audit of banks from ICAI. Okay. Over the years, he has been providing quality professional services in diverse areas like your internal audit and due diligence, statutory and tax audits, direct and indirect taxation, certification and accounting outsourcing, and more of them. Beyond this professional practice, CA Rohan Pingle is also a writer and a thought leader, having published over 95 articles in Tax Guru and 100 plus YouTube videos on his professional subjects on Tax Guru. So over to you, Mr. Rohan Pingle. You can take over the session from here.
Okay, okay. Thank you so much. Everyone able to hear me?
Yes, sir, you're audible.
Okay, okay. I will start sharing my screen also. Okay. Uh, 1 minute. I'm not able to share my screen actually. The options are not... Hello.
Yeah, I think you should be able to share the screen. The
One
screen.
minute. 1 minute
Yeah.
actually. But my PC is not enabled to see that. Internet screens are visible to share. The share option is also not enabled actually.
Okay. I've made you the host, sir. You can check if it's working now.
Or should I join again? Or just a bit?
You should be able to share the
Because
screen now.
I'm able to see the Chrome tab, window, and entire screen options actually. That entire screen, I think. Let's see. 1 minute. 1 minute. Now you are able to see. 1 minute.
Yep, your screen is visible.
Yes, 1 minute. PowerPoint now.
Yeah. Yes, sir, screen is visible.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you for confirming. Yes. So, good evening, all the participants. Thank you so much for Hardik Shah for giving me such an opportunity for sharing my knowledge and experience with all of you. So, let's start with our subject. Today, the session is divided into two parts. Okay, so first part we will have a tax exposure, which includes what ITR types, deductions, and computation logic. And the second hour on a practical readiness, that will be the portal walkthrough and the filing checklist, as well as the software, third party software walkthrough. So by the end, you all will feel much more confident for your interviews and early assignments. So let's begin with it. 1 minute. So why this session matters? So many of you are preparing for your articleship interviews or have already started looking for the firms, right? So in those interviews and in the first few months of the articleship, tax is often one of the first area where you all will be tested and given work for that particular area. So firms expect you to understand the basic ITR forms, common deductions, simple computation logic, and how to support the filing process. So this entire session is designed exactly to give you that practical edge. Okay. So whether you are join a big four firm with a high volume compliance or a mid-sized firm with a client facing work, so these basics will help you to stand out and learn faster. So what will be the our session structure? As I said, part one, tax exposure, that is ITR types, then deductions, and then IT computation and logic. And in the second part, we will have a practical readiness. We will walk through income tax portal as well as third-party software, computax, and the filing checklist at the end. So what will be the outcome of the session? So by end of the session, you all will achieve two clear outcomes, as I feel that from part one, you will have a strong tax exposure that will be able to identify the correct ITR type, understand the major deductions, and follow the tax computation logic confidently. So, and from part two, that is the practical readiness, you will know how to navigate the income tax portal and use a filing checklist, as well as how to use third party software which many of the firms used for filing their income tax returns. So this combination will boost your interview confidence and help you to contribute meaningfully in the first month of your articleship. So let's start with our part one, that is tax exposure. So we now begin session one, right? So the goal here is not to make you the complete tax expert in 1 hour, right? So, but to give you a clear understanding of the structure of the income tax returns. And please note down your queries and whatever things you need to ask me, note down it, and we will take it at the end of the session. Okay. So please note down your whatever your queries or questions throughout the session. So this foundation will help you to understand what client situations, ask the right questions, and support your seniors effectively during your articleship. So let's start with the tax exposure. So what is importance here? So in articleship, tax is often one of the first areas where fresh articles are given what responsibility. So you may be asked to collect salary slips, interest certificates, deduction proofs, investment details, capital gain statements, and previous year returns also. So you may also be asked to review the documents, prepare the basic workings, compare with AIS, that is annual information statement, form 26AS, and support the return preparation. So good tax exposure is help you to understand the purpose behind each and every document and reduce what your errors in working. So firm appreciate those articles who can work intelligently rather than mechanically. So that is the one of the important thing. So let's understand why firms expect, means what firm expect from the fresh articles like you. So firms do not expect you to be a tax expert in a day from day one, right? So what they do expect is basic understanding of ITR forms, like that income heads, common deductions, and a disciplined approach. That is important thing. Disciplined approach in your work or in your learning also. So if you can accurately classify income, collect proper proofs, and prepare clean workings, you will already stand out in that particular part. So this is what we will be build in this particular session. That is our motto for the particular this session. So let's understand the life cycle of income tax return. So if you see data collection, income classification, then deduction review, tax computation, form selection, portal filing, verification, and then also follow-up is also very much important. So filing an ITR, income tax return, is not a one-step process, right? It follows a complete life cycle as I listed it. Okay, so starting from your client data collection, then income you need to classify, then under the different heads, then deduction review, and on those particular factors you are able to select the right ITR form. That is very much important. So in firms, much of the initial work is in the upstream stages, that data collection, income classification, deduction review, like that. So moving further, let's understand income tax returns, what it represents. So an ITR, that is income tax return, is not just a form to be filled and uploaded. Please be take it in the mind. It is the taxpayer's annual declaration to the income tax department. Okay, so a summary of all income earned by the taxpayer, deductions claimed by him, taxes already paid, or the final tax position, refund, nil, or demand. So this mindset helps you to treat filing with responsibility and care. You need to build that mindset in every aspect of your work, not only the income tax return, as I said, the learning aspect, and everything should be meticulous. Try to do that actually. Try to build that approach in your learning, means doing your articleship and also in the future life. So that will definitely help you. So you will often support the compliance process. So understanding its importance is what key, and therefore this session is. Let's understand broad classification of taxpayers. Very important. We need to understand before discuss the specific ITR forms. Let us understand the broad classification of taxpayer. So most of your early articleship work will be with the individuals and maybe HUFs, right? So, but awareness of other categories like firms, LLP, company, trust, others also important. How much you will learn in your articleship is also important. Okay, means whatever work you are getting from any firm, yes, but you need to have that eagerness to learn something additional. You need to give your time to that particular aspects. Be careful. Be means that need things to be in your mind. Learning approach should be there. So let's see what factors that decide ITR type. Okay. So type of person, nature of income, total income level, then capital gains or not, business profession income. So ITR form selection is not random at all. It depends on the several factors as I am listed out here, right? So this need to be taken care of. So whether you are a presumptive taxation is applicable there or not, like section 44 ADA, like that. So in practice, you should always analyze the client profile. Okay, first before choosing a form, a particular ITR form. So this prevents what defective returns and notices in future. Of course, it will be supervised. Your work will be supervised, but you need to deal with this. Means brought that approach in you actually. That is main thing. Let's move further. Understand overview of the major ITR forms. Okay, that ITR 1, 2, 3, 4, and ITR 5, 6, 7. In your first 3 to 4 months, and if you are beginning your articleship now, that is the return filing season, definitely you are will be in ITR 2, ITR 1 to ITR 4. You will be doing your maximum work. ITR 5 like firm, ITR 6 for corporates, and ITR 7 for trust and other institutions. That will be definitely you will work, but not much in that particular forms, right? You will definitely support there, but maximum work where ITR 1 to ITR 4, those that is are used for the professionals, individuals, sole proprietor business, like that. So focus on that part also, actually ITR 1 to ITR 4. Of course you need to know ITR 5, 6, 7 basic, but focus on first 4 ITR forms, that is ITR 1, 2, 3, and 4. Moving further, let's start one by one. ITR 1 first, it is income tax return form 1. It is also called as Sahaj. Okay, why Sahaj? It is used by, means it is simplest form. That is why it is called as a Sahaj. So it is used by resident individuals. Please note down. It is used by resident individuals. Means what? Non-resident definitely they can't use ITR 1. So only resident individuals, also not HUF, only resident individuals can use ITR 1. Okay, with a relatively straightforward income like salary, 1 or 2 house properties, other sources income like interest income, FDR interest income, like that. So it is ideal for basic standard salaried clients. In articleship, you will see many of such cases, and always verify the eligibility conditions carefully rather than assuming it is ITR 1 just because the client is salaried. Very much you need to see if they have a salary income, then don't presume it is applicable ITR 1. You need to go process by process. You need to create your own checklist after going through, after learning. You need to prepare it. Means for that, based on that particular things, you come to conclusion. Don't come directly, and keep the learning approach throughout your articleship and your life too. It will definitely help you. So let's understand important exclusions for ITR 1. As I said, even though ITR 1 looks simple, it has several exclusions. So it cannot be used by the company directors, persons with unlisted shares, then foreign income or assets, non-resident individuals, HUF can use, then any business income, brought forward losses, or more than two house properties, they will not able to use ITR 1 form. So these are the frequent pitfalls you need to be very careful. So during client onboarding in firms, always review PAN profile, Form 16 and AIS, that is Annual Information System, through to avoid what? Filing the wrong form and subsequent rectification work. That is all about ITR 1. Now let's see ITR 2. What is it? So applicability. So ITR 2 is also applicable to individual and HUF now. For ITR 1 is not applicable to HUF. Okay, so HUF can file in ITR 2 return. No business or professional income. Then capital gains cases means ITR 2 is also the business or professional income, then no ITR 1 and ITR 2. Capital gains cases can use ITR 2. Multiple house property, that is more than two house properties, you can use ITR 2. Then foreign assets, income situations, everything is covered in ITR 2 except the business or professional income. They are not, that particular assessee will not able to use the ITR 2. So that is all about ITR 2. Not much, it is as equal to ITR 1. Then important thing, ITR 3, that is applicable to business or professional cases. So ITR 3 is used when the individual or HUF has what? Business or professional income, okay, and maintains what? Complete books of accounts. It will be a differentiation between the ITR 3 and ITR 4, where books of accounts are maintained completely, then ITR 3 is used. That is the business and professional, like doctors, chartered accountants, those who are not taking the presumptive taxation scheme and maintaining the complete books of accounts, they will use what form? ITR 3 form. Okay. Now let's move on to the next form, ITR 4. It is also called as a SUGAM, that is used for presumptive scheme taxation, like section 44 AD, 44 ADA, and 44 AE client. That is resident individuals, HUF, and firms, not LLP. So firms also can use ITR 5 and ITR 4, but not LLP. Okay. And income limit is what? Rupees 50 lakhs here. Simplified, no detailed books of accounts needed. Means those businessmen and professional who are claiming this presumptive type of income, that is under section 44 ADA, that is for professional CA doctors, like that, those can use, and not maintaining the complete books of accounts, they can use ITR 4, but there is an income limit limit, that is a 50 lakhs. Means these things you need to be understood and need to be known. Okay, so documentation and verification remain important in everything. As I said, every thing you need to be document whatever you are doing. You need to verify whatever documents you are taking from the clients or assessee, whatever. Next, other ITR forms. So these are not much important, but you need to know, that is ITR 5, which is used for firms, LLPs, AOPs, and BOI, that is Association of Persons and Body of Individuals. And ITR 6 is used for corporate clients, that is companies. And ITR 7 for trust and special entities. Okay. So mostly these all forms are handled with a supervision in articleship. So for awareness, it is necessary. So you need to have a basic understanding of it. So as a fresh article, you may assist in back-end preparation of these forms. Okay, but detailed filing is usually supervised by the senior member or senior partner. So knowing the overall form family shows what professional maturity in your interviews. So you need to have a basic knowledge of it. So that is why we have covered it in our session. So now moving further, let's have a quick comparison table of ITR forms. Okay, just which we have discussed. So ITR 1, also called as Sahas. Okay, taxpayer type, resident individual. Okay, then income type allowed here, salaried, pension, and less than equal to two house property. Okay, and other sources income also covered, and agriculture income less than equal to 5,000, and long term capital gain less than equal to 1.25 lakh. means these need to be satisfied. Only then you can file your ITR 1 form. Then complexity level is very low, very simple form. And who are using this? Salaried employed with a FD interest and one self-occupied house. Then comes ITR 2. It is individual and HUF cover. That is the taxpayer type. And then all heads, as I said, except only business or professional cannot be covered. They cannot file ITR 2. And the complexity level is medium, a little bit more than ITR 1, but less than the ITR 3 or other forms. So here also salaried, capital gains, and a house property more than 2, and that is multiple houses, and capital gain income. And then comes ITR form 3. So here individual HUF, right, and income type what? Business and professional with complete books of account, right, maintaining complete books of accounts, then only ITR 3. And complexity level definitely high. It will be around 50 to 60 page form. Okay. Then examples like doctors, professionals, chartered accountants, trader, maintaining their accounts as a complete books of set of accounts. And then comes ITR 4 form. It is called as Sugam. So individual HUFs, firm also not LLP, but who? Presumptive taxation, those who are going to file their return under presumptive business or profession under section 44 AD, ADA, and 44A. And as I am clearing that, we are referring the Income Tax Act 1961, right? And so sections are also from the Income Tax Act 1961. Because if you are joining this particular next 3 to 4 months, you are going to file the income tax return for financial year 25-26, assessment year 26-27. So Income Tax Act 1961 is relevant for that. So in the complete sessions, we are taking the references of Income Tax Act 1961, and we are not dealing with Income Tax Act 2025. Okay, more or less there are also same things, only the section numbers are changed, form numbers are changed. Only thing is that, but we are just for the next 3 to 4 months, keep Income Tax Act 1961 in your mind. Okay. So then complexity level for ITR 4 is very much low. Nothing much has to be provided in the income tax return. It's a very much easy form. So typical examples: small shop owner, freelancers under presumptive schemes, which are eligible as per the particular conditions mentioned in that particular sections. So moving further, let's move to the now next part is our form selection logic. Okay, first we need to identify taxpayer. Okay, then identify all income heads. Okay, then do what are the exclusions, then match complexity, and then confirming your reporting needs. Okay, and then go to the ITR selection form. So these in real work follow this logical sequence, right? Rather than guessing the form, we much have a very high that we just presume it and just guessing these ITR applicable, these ITR applicable. No, do meticulously. If you start your approach with an organized way of work, organized way of learning, you will definitely have a bright future. So start with this approach. Don't be in a haphazard manner. Please, if you are like that, then change your approach to that particular part now. But I know you are a CA students, you are there, but I know many of you are little bit lazy and not much organized. So try to adapt that organized way of work and be a meticulous. Everything should be on recorded. I know many of you are now all techno savvical, using all your gadgets, but at least log everything on your that particular gadget, record it, whatever you are doing, what you want to do, keep that practice, keep that habit, is what I'm saying. That by my experience, keep that habit of recording, putting things on paper, but not paper, but in your gadgets now. Put everything on your gadgets, note it down, so it will be help you to improve gradually day by day in your learning approach, in your future life also. So next, let's understand common mistakes in selecting your ITR type. So, ignoring the capital gains, missing interest income, overlooking the business or profession nature, not checking foreign assets, using simpler form for convenience. Last is very important. Many times we see, yeah, let's see, it will not come for a scrutiny or assessment. Let's see if we can use a simpler form than ITR 3 or use ITR 2. But be specific, don't go in that particular way. Try to, the final decision of course is taken by your senior or there in the firm, okay, but don't you guess it that you can we do it or can we do it like that. Don't present your approach like that, okay. That is what I want to say. So these are the most common mistakes made by the beginner. So in articleship, you will learn that client statements alone are not enough. On also, many times clients tell you orally on telephonic conversations, but please take it everything on record. Use emails, use your whatever things, the communication channels of your firms. Use that. Don't be a telephonic or oral communication, because it will be forget, client also forget, you also forget. So please try to keep everything on a log, okay. That is very important. So always verify with the documents and system records like AIs, means whatever client provided you, now you need to cross verify with the annual information statement. That will be say see in a second session, our second part of the session, that is income tax portal walkthrough. That is, you need to now everything is systemized, centralized by the income tax department. Government is centralized everything, connecting everything, means GST portal is connected with the income tax portal, income tax department giving information to the GST department. So everything is systemized, centralized. So there are now everything, banks also, third party like mutual fund house, everything is reported to the income tax department, and everything is now coming in annual information statement. It's not like that you are not able to hide anything, and that is not a right approach at all. And now you cannot also, means there are everything is linked, your PAN, Aadhaar, everything. So let's move further, understand transition to now. After understanding our ITR types, now we will have to logical step as a deductions. We will move to understand the deductions type. So client always, many those who are claiming the deductions, ask what they can claim, how they can have a tax benefits. So as an article, you will often review the deduction proofs and compile what schedules. So documentation is the key to successful claims. But nowadays, from beginning of the new regime of taxations, if you have heard, and the special regime of taxation for the corporates also, many of the deductions are now not there. And of course the new regimes are also uh, many compared to old regime is advantageous to the assessee. But there are few who are now still filing in old regime because of their like if you are seeing individual client, they are have a home loans, heavy interest payments on home loans and principal payments. So due to that particular things, old regime is beneficial to them. Otherwise, those who don't have in that particular case are definitely have a new regime of taxation without any deductions will helpful to them. So that is very important. But as a session, we need to understand few of the deductions so that it will be helpful in your articleship. So let's see deduction framework, okay. So deductions conceptually what reduce your taxable income, okay, after income is aggregated. So they are not the same as exemptions. Also this note down, exemptions and deductions are completely different, okay. Exempt means that part, that particular is exempt only, you don't consider it as income. But deductions, many times you first add it in your income and then you take a deduction, okay. That is the main difference between. So many times we correlate or same use as that deduction exemption. No, exemption is different and deduction is different. Like interest income from bank account or FD interest, you added in your first gross total income, and then you take the deduction under section 80 TTA or TTB, whichever is applicable. So that is important. Let's understand deduction mindset, okay, for article assistance. What is it? So good deduction review is not just about knowing the sections numbers, okay, it is about asking the right questions to the means for eligibility, to check the client eligibility. So is the amount within the limit? Is there a proper proof? Was the payment made in the relevant year? This is also important. Means deduction completely based on the actual, many times actual payment done in that particular year. Means whichever, means if you want to take a deduction benefit under 80, under section 80C, payment need to be done, actual payment need to be done in the financial year 25-26, not in 26-27. Yes, there are exceptions. Before return filing you can do it and then claim it, but these are the main thing. You need to have a payment not on accrual basis, need to have an actual payment in that particular financial year. So that need to be checked. Moving further, let's start with a deduction. Section 80C. So this section 80C is the most discussed deductions. Many of you have that 1.5 lakh is the limit. Okay, so covering many popular investments like LIC, PPF, ELSS, tuition fees, principal repayment. So everything these like investments are covered under 86. But overall limit is what? 1.5 lakh. Above that you cannot claim. It should be restricted to 1.5 lakhs. Okay. So in practice you will review the receipts and statements for the proof of, as a proof of payment. So always verify that the payment was actually made, as I said, during the financial year, that particular financial year. That is very much important. So practical review. So in Articleship, create a simple deduction tracker sheet. It is available on online also. You can take it, but your prompts, if you are now AI is going on. So use that AI platform also. As a CA students, we have a ICAI platform also. If you are don't know, or if you are know, then start using it. As your students log in, you can use our ICAI platform of Chat GPT, where you can log in. You will receive OTP on your registered mobile number, and there are captions. There are various types of the income tax, GST, banks, internal audit, like that, and you can use. But you need to be a good also in the prompt engineering. Prompt engineering is new to what you want to. Means you don't need everything is depend on AI, artificial intelligence. Okay, you need to be know what you need. So definitely AI will give you that particular information. Okay, just I have informed you about a particular thing, so that also need to be, you need to be very useful. Means in the coming years use of AI definitely going to be gradually, or we can say fast moving use will be therein. So maybe in your articleship interview they may ask you whether you are using AI, artificial intelligence, then what platforms you are using. So other platforms are definitely there. You also, many of you also know, but ICAI Chat GPT platform, many CAs also don't know still that. So that will be stand out. You also, you can say in your articleship that you are using ICAI Chat GPT platform. Just go, if you are not yet visited there, you go to the ICA Chat GPT, take a student login, and then see whatever there are information how you can take whatever you want. Okay, so keep that in mind. So going further, let's move to the section 80D, that is medical insurance premium benefit. So it is another common deduction as a 80C. So understand whose premium is paid and for whom. Very important. Means family, individual, we need to be bifurcated, and we also need to take a actual receipt payment. Many times what assess your client does, they just provide us the policy certificate. Policy certificate is not a proof of payment. We understand any in insurance payment, wherever, not ATD I'm saying, any insurance payment you need to take a supporting of a premium paid receipt. Any insurance policy schedule is not a proof of record. Please be careful. Many times clients send such type of things. They just send policy schedule and we claim it because the premium amount and everything is mentioned here, but that is not suffice. The premium receipt paid of the insurance is important. Let's see common errors, as I said. So claim without receipt, claiming ineligible person, wrong payment assumptions, exceeding the practical limit. There are limit of under section 80D also, 50,000 for individual and 50,000 for family. So these are the typical errors you will spot during your review also. So firms appreciate assistants who can catch such issues, okay, as early as possible, and letting them reach to the final means not should be not reach to the final field returns. Okay, so you need to stop, or you can escalate in that means policy schedule sent to you. Then you don't take it and finalize your return. You need to identify that lapse and just again communicate to the client or your assessee that you need a premium paid receipt. So this need to be what expected by the firms. So let's move on to the next ATTTA, ATTTB section. As I already said, it is related to interest income from the bank's savings interest, which is not it is a current account. It's a only savings bank interest, right? That is available as a deduction under that particular section. Let's moving further, home loan related benefits. Okay, so here home loan benefits are popular but require what careful treatment. So principal and interest are claimed under different section, because interest benefit you will less from the right income from house property, that head you used for the claiming your interest paid on your home loan, and principal payment of that will be deduction under section 80C. So these are the two different heads, or we can say used while filing the. So you need to be, many times it happens that principal claim as interest and interest claim as what principal under section 80C. So very much careful. So you need to be take a interest certificate support you. Also don't rely on what client communicate through email or a paper photo, that is it is the interest for the year, this is the principal amount. They can have a mistake in writing interest to principal, principal to interest. So it, depending on that particular part, then you will be have a risk in future. So take it as, said it as, I we need interest certificate unless and until you have an interest certificate and for that particular financial year. So many times they also, yes, we can rely on a provisional interest certificate, but by the filing of the income tax return like July or August, you can have a actual interest certificate from your client. Means in the month of January or March, you can rely on a provisional certificate for estimation or that. But while filing the income tax return, you need actual interest certificates, because what happened, the client have a tendency to provide us the provisional interest certificate which they taken in the month of December or January, which they submitted to their employer. So we need to be very careful what need to be and what not to be, do's and don'ts. Definitely we are going also see that in our next part. Okay, so let's see deduction for donations, like ATG deduction. So donations claims are also often made but frequently lack what proper support. So always verify the institutions receipt mentioning the PAN, the institutions which is under section means registered under section 80G. All eligible conditions under section 80G need to be verified before claiming. Means we, and under 80G we need to have a payment only in a check format, means in a banking transaction, no cash payment, no cash donations allowed. So caution is advised here. You need to see, means you have a approach that whatever you are claiming or whatever you are taking in working needs to be everything is a evidence supported. Have that practice. Don't go directly to your seniors or there without any proper evidence, okay, and haphazard manner. Have that approach, proper organized way of dealing with. Next, other practical deductions, what are they? ATE, that is education loan interest. It is like a home loan. You need to take a certificate for the particular financial year for getting that giving that benefit to your client. Then disability related provisions, ATU. Then again the pension linked sections, ATCCD 1B. And so it is, there are many more deductions. Okay, so you need to don't need to memorize everything initially. Okay, in your practical way of approach, don't now memorize everything. Go read wherever necessary. Have that in your gadgets. Income Tax Act 1961, Income Tax Act, but also not that PDF. You have need to know where to go and take that particular information. You know that particular aspects also. So good assistants know when to escalate whatever things identified in your work. So don't everything just go, and if this means you need to able to differentiate what need to be escalate immediately or what need to be taken to your senior colleague. Yes, you will gradually know. I don't say ki in your initial start of the first for month or second month you will able to also learn that particular part also. Yes, you are going to and bound to have a mistakes, definitely. That also keep in your mind. It's not that you are not doing any mistakes, and don't be in that particular that stage, and don't also yes, mistakes have happened by any seniors or like professionals like us also, even after 20 years of experience. Okay, so we are a human, we are going to do a mistakes, but don't be in fear of that. Mistakes are a one step, what we can say, as a learning part for it. Okay, but don't repeat that mistakes. You also read or hear that don't repeat whatever mistakes you done earlier. Improve is what improvement is expected. So moving further, let's see old regime versus new regime, what it matters. So regime choice is a practical decision. Some clients benefit from deductions in the old regime, as I said, others from lower rates in the new regime. So nothing has to be taken as a supportive. New regime directly, whatever tax rate, whatever only standard deduction is there, and something ATCCD from the employer, that one benefits. And one or two deductions are there under the new regime. Otherwise, every deduction is not, no deductions under the new regime of taxation. Very simplified regime. Okay. So this is a common discussion point in your firm in initial stages. Those means you need to prepare. Don't come to the conclusion that yes, we will take a new regime. It is very simplified, and then compare it. You need to compare each and every client of your firm. Even though you, if you know earlier last year it is taken as a new regime or whatever old regime, now don't want to go, it need to continue old regime. No, you have to prepare the comparison. Please do that for each and every client. I am saying from little whatever. It's not like small, big. No, for everyone you have to prepare old versus new regime comparison, and then only come to the conclusion, come to the decision whether it is go with it is good to go with a new regime or old regime of taxation. So please keep in that point in the mind. So now moving further, let's have a deduction review working paper. So use a simple Excel deduction matrix for every client. This working paper will what habit is highly valued in firms. So it makes review easier and creates a clear audit trail also. So need have that practice. Okay. Now let's move to our third part, computation logic of particular our first part. Now ITR forms filing we have seen, then deductions, and now we will moving to the computation logics. Okay, let's start with it. Heads of income. So many of you already know what are the heads of the income: salary, house property, business and profits, capital gains, other sources. Okay. So every income must first be classified in this particular five heads. Okay. So this is what the foundation of a tax computation. Wrong classification affects what deduction, set of reporting, and even the selection of ITR form. So very much important. Your income head classification is also what very much important, because your ITR form selection is completely dependent on this classification. So be careful in that particular part. Let's see computation flow. Okay. Hope I think you are gaining the knowledge, because I'm not able to see any one of you now because I'm just running through. But have patience. Will be next 1.5 hours. Note down your whatever questions and queries. Will definitely try to sort it out whatever you have. Okay. So this is the master computation flow, like compute income under each year, then aggregate to the gross total income, then less deductions, then arrive at your total income, and then computation of your tax, and then reduce already tax deducted as a tax is paid, advance tax and TDS, and arrived at what refund or demand or need. So this is the step by step process. Let's see logic of tax computation. Okay, so tax computation is a structured decision making. Always classify income first, very important. So check eligibility before claiming any deductions, ensure your evidence, and reconcile tax credits at the end. So this logical approach prevents what many common errors. Okay, so therefore we are discussing this. Let's now understand income from salary. So salary cases are the most common for articles like you. Okay, so start with a form 16 breakup, apply the standard deduction, so and exemptions, add any taxable perquisites, and arrived at what income from salary. So form 16 nowadays with a 12 BA give you the everything, every details. Okay, so this often the first real tax working you will do in your articleship with the help of what directly on the income tax portal, or most of the times third party softwares. So many firms have their in-house or third party softwares to use for filing their income tax returns. So that is also your one of the things. That is why in a second session, second part, we will also walk through the third party software like computax. So be there. Okay, so let's understand house property computation logic. So house property has its own distinct logics. Okay, so either identify what whether it is a self occupied or let out rented property, compute the annual value, apply the standard deductions wherever applicable, and allow interest. Okay, so losses here can sometimes be set off, as you know, against other income also. So often students find this head confusing initially, but focus on structure. Whatever you have learned theoretically, try to apply it practically. Let's understand capital gains. Okay, that logic, capital gains computation logic. So here, what capital gains often change the return type also. Okay, so understand the basic flow of it, that sale consideration minus your cost or index cost of acquisition, classification as a short or long term, and special tax rates. So in practice, reconcile with the broker statements and now particularly annual information statements, because everything in totality is you will find in annual information statement. Script wise, everything mutual fund house, and they are now reporting, they are have a compulsory need to file, because all these entities file their annual information return by 31st May. So now it's the month of June and July. Everything is updated, and AIS, that is annual information statement, is also now updated. So these are we need to download, compare, reconcile with whatever you, as per the client information given by the client, you have to reconcile it. And is it also that keep that point also, not that AI it is given in AIs, so you need to take it in that also, you need to cross verify with the client, because many times like banks reported a particular income like FDR interest or savings bank interest, they mention the PAN. So many times if they have a with their system they wrong input the PAN, then that credit will go in other area. So it is not blindly rely, don't rely blindly on information given by the client, and don't also rely information on AIs or 26 AIs. You need to cross verify each and every one, like client's information with AIs and AIs information or 26 information with the client. So you need to correlate that particular parts, and then you come to your decision. So let's also understand the business or professional income logical point of view. So for business cases, start from the financial statements and make tax adjustment. Presumptive and regular computations are different, as you say, as you know, many of the that is a under presumptive 6% or 8% of the gross receipt is directly considered as income. Nothing has been, accounts are maintained, but need to fulfill the conditions mentioned there in a particular sections. So these are the simple things you need to understand. Income from other sources, savings interest, FD interest, family pension, dividend income, and miscellaneous receipts are recorded under the income from other sources. So it is a most frequently misheard also. We need to be very careful by giving the information and that particular head. We need to also have analyzed, check with the annual information statement, as I said. So many clients forget to mention these small items, and that's why we need to come that information from AIS, and then we need to say to the inform to the clients that it is reported your interest income from this account is here. So whether you have that account active. So because many times what happen, client has a 3 accounts, but they report us only 2 accounts. So the third account is not reported by client, so we don't have that particular account access, and we don't know how much income, interest income from that particular account. But from AS we will come to know, and then we need to discuss with the client. So now coming to the gross total income, okay, total income approach. So that computation logic. So after computing each head, that 5 heads, aggregate of it to come out to the gross income. Okay, so then reduce eligible deductions to arrive at a total income. There is also, please note down this differentiate in word gross total income and total income. Many times when we speak, when we discuss, this is also important. Try to adopt this interpretation approach also. Focus on the words, not only don't do mechanically someone said to you. Also I'm saying to you, no, have that habit to study, learn, and then come to the point. Okay, so what I'm saying is there is a difference between the gross total income and word total income. If you go through the act, you will come to know. So gross total income is what, all the heads of the income, that is salary, other source, house property, capital gain, business and profession income. Then we come that additions submission, we come to gross total income. Then we deduct deductions. Okay, and after deducting deductions, whatever comes is your total income. Because many times the section wherever you see the provisions, the word used gross total income or total income. So not total income, don't interpret it as a gross total income. So many times we interpret like that, many times it happens. So whatever act want or law want to say total income is what, gross total income minus your deductions is what your total income, not gross total income is, it is not equivalent to total income. So please have that differentiation. So apply tax rate to arrive at a tax on total income. We don't apply tax rate on a gross total income, we apply tax rate on a total income. If you see the act, it is referred as a tax rate, applicable tax rate on a, you have to apply on a total income, that is gross total income minus your deductions. So for then after you make the adjustment of advance tax if paid, then TDS, whatever TDS is deducted, to arrive at what, refund due or a tax payable, then you pay on a self assessment basis, and then you file, after paying the self assessment you file your return. So this sequence is critical, and in working papers so clearly in a vertical format, try to do that. So I think we are now moving to the session 2. Just have a 1 or 2 minutes breaks if you want. We will now moving to the our session 2, that is a practical readiness. So hope, I think you are all, I'm not stopping the sharing the screen, because if anything comes wrong we will lose a control. So I'm continuing with my session. Just have a 1 or 2 minute break, have a water. I also hope till the time you all have gained some value, knowledge, and it is definitely benefit in your future articleship. So going further, our next session 2. So we have did excellent part, we have understand types of ITR forms, then deductions, and then computation logic. So this is where theory becomes in action now. In a second session we are now moving to our action. Okay, action oriented, but of course first few slides we will learn then we will walk through on a actual income tax portal and the third party software. So let's start with it. Why practical readiness matters? So many fresh articles like you know theory but feel hesitant with the portal and filing the process. Okay, filing process means many have that fear. How don't have that fear in your heart or in your mind. Be energetic, be there. Yes, you can. You are now enter CA clear. You are now going to be a final CA student. Okay, so don't have that particular fear. You are need to learn. Okay, we need to learn. It means now see everyone has learned the mobiles. Then mobiles now we are learning AI, artificial intelligence. So don't have a fear. If you have fear, then you are not able to learn. Okay, so take out that fear from your mind or your physical whatever attire also. So practical readiness means you what you can participate confidently, ask correct questions and support what the workflow in your firm. So firm appreciate articles who can reduce the senior workload through the discipline support, as I said earlier also. And that is why portal walkthrough is important to all of you. And also I'm added that software third party software walkthrough also, because every means 99% of current firms are using third party softwares to do the income tax return filing. So very few do the offline utilities from the portal or directly file online on the income tax portal. We will also have that also, but many times every firms you need to learn that software. As today we are using computax software, as I used that, we will walk through of a computax software. So there are taxman softwares also, many third party softwares available in the market. So you first your first 2 months or 1 month, not for 2 or 1 month, as I said wrongly, 10 to 15 days you will learn able to learn the software also. Yes, means you can start working with the software. So it will take 8 to 10 days time to have a control on it. So let's see typical filing workflow. Okay, so client onboarding, data request, then document collection, preliminary review, computation preparation, portal data entry, verification, final submission, post filing follow up is also necessary. So this is the typical filing workflow. So let's see income tax portal, what it is it. Okay, let's understand that. As I said, few sides we will do little bit understanding of it, then we will move to the actual walkthrough. So the e-filing portal is the official platform, okay, to where all the compliance happens. Viewing records, then the responding to the income tax notices also happen on a income tax portal. But yes, as I said, third party software have that all the captions, and you can log in or you can access from your third party software to the income tax portal. Okay, so familiarity with the portal is basic professional skill. Okay, yes, you are accessing through your third party software, but you are going to the income tax portal only. So knowing that portal features and that is what is important, and we will cover today that also. So let's understand portal readiness. Okay, we need to, before we even log in, what we need to have a PAN, means that it will be active and also linked with the Aadhaar. Then have a contact details are also updated there. So in your firm may work with the client manage access. So many practical delays happen to basic access issues. Sometimes new client comes into, so you need to have that particular data, basic data, PAN, Aadhaar, to have registered on income tax portal. We will also have that particular video. We will let's have that time when we will walk through. Okay, how to register new SSE, how to register your DSC. We will have today that walkthrough also. So let's understand login and user identification basics. So login is a PAN based, of course, and then use strong means your user ID will be what? Your PAN in a capital letters, and then you have to mention the password whatever you have set, and that need to be very strong traditions. Whenever you set the password, it will notify you that time your password is weak, medium, or very strong. So using that particular guidelines, you have to set your passwords. Okay, and that nowadays it is a OTP enabled mobile ready. You need to do whenever you register new, email and OTP based registration is there. That OTP goes to the email also, and registered mobile also, but those OTPs will be different. So you need to access while you are registering new assessee both email and proper. You need to put proper email ID also to get the OTP, because the OTP are separate for the email and OTP mobile authentication while registering new assessee. So let's understand dashboard orientation. So where you will access what profile, pending actions, e-file menu, authorized tax filings, compliance status areas. So this dashboard is your control center. This income tax portal is your control center. Okay. So spend time understanding the main menus of it. Okay. Means especially the e-filing section. This is where you will start most of your filing work. So whenever you have a access, or whenever you have access, as I said, whenever you have a time, learn these things. Self do. Self discipline is very important in this, and it will take you to the good in your future life also. So whenever you have a time, access it. If you have a access control, log in it, use it. That create your own login on the income tax portal by using, and then see, then go learn each and every, see the captions, whatever sub headings are there, sub options are there, whatever tabs are there available, learn that in that particular free time. Don't waste your time. Okay. So what will be the pre-fill concept here? Also, many times, as I said, many information is now interlinked, and whatever third party is reporting on your pan based data is everything is reflected on your that particular pan. So some income tax portal is providing you the pre-filled data, but as I said, don't blindly depend on the pre-filled data. If it is wrong, you need to correct it, you need to edit it. The options are available. So means whenever you file online, directly online income tax return using the portal, there are pre-filled data like address, mobile numbers, emails, and such like things, but that are editable. Income also comes directly as a form 16 is filed by your employer. Then that salary income is also directly come that a pre-filled as a pre-filled data. But you need have editable options available to there also. So we will walk through, you will understand the AIS, TIS. AIS is an annual information system statement. TIS is a tax information statement. Is a summary head wise. That AIS is a detailed. Okay, head means it will be supported by the detailed statement, and the TIS is a summary 5 or 4 lines. It is a like income from salary, income from interest, income from sale of shares, or whatever purchase of deposit, like this you will see in our walkthrough. And then the form 26 is, many of you may also know the form 26. If you know, you are now today will be learn that. So form 26 is about whatever income where your TDS is deducted by the other party, tax is deducted, so that income and corresponding TDS is reflected under form 26 as. So need to match, reconcile AS and TS, AS and 26 AS also. So let's understand why reconciliation matters. Okay. So reconciliation, as I said, in between the AIS client and 26 is very important. So that prevents what many future notices also. If you wrongly submit any data, you will definitely mismatch, and we will system generated notice also. So very careful in that approach. Okay. So often firms ask to compare client data with these statements. You need to compare it, reconcile it, ask for the differences, reconcile it, and then decide your further course of action. So this step is non-negotiable for a quality filing of your income tax return. Then starting a return on a portal point of view. So when starting a return, select what it is based on the, whenever we will see, definitely we will see this, you need to select correct assessment year. Okay, from next year onwards it will be use word tax year, but for financial year 25-26 you have to use the assessment year and need to select correct assessment year tab. Then status and the form type also, whenever you are filing, as I saying, on the portal directly, not using offline utility. Offline utility are all access based, means ITR 1 to ITR 7 all offline utilities Excel based are available. You download it, you fill the data in offline utility, and then you create a JSON file from that, then validate whatever errors are there, you rectify it, and then you use that JSON file to upload the return on the income tax portal. And other than that, as I'm saying, is a directly filing on the income tax portal itself. There, that is, you have that option, online or offline. You want to file income tax return online or offline, okay? And the third party software is using is a completely as a offline mode of filing, okay? Means whatever data or information you are correct creating in a software format, and then that is the offline, and then the software will take care of creating your JSON file, and then you are logging through the software, and it will take you, and everything, the attachments or everything will be done by the software. Then you don't need to have any type of selection also. The software will also run everything, the selection of assessment year, everything. But you have to see that every information is correctly filled in the software. And of course, software will support for a data validation. Before creating JSON file, it will validate any errors, it will pop up, it will rectify it, and then only your JSON file created in software also. So don't worry about it, learn. It is very much interesting. You will find very much interesting in your first 2 to 3 months under income tax work. So schedule-wise thinking will be salary schedule, house property schedule, capital gains. Means every head of income has what in ITR form. Every is if you see offline Excel utility also, there are this type of schedules for different heads of income. So you need to fill that particular, means online also and offline also. And third party software also, there are such type of tabs. You will see now CompuTax. I will walk through that time. You will have a very much clarity. So think that schedule wise, means each and every head for deductions also, there are tabs available on offline mode of offline utility of Excel, online mode of income tax portal, and also third party software also. So what will be the validation checks before submission? So always run validation before submission. Of course, it is a mandatory. It will, otherwise your JSON file will not create. So this catches many errors. It will be pop up. You have to rectify the errors, and then finally the JSON file will be validated and generated. So use the checklist to ensure nothing is missed. And then e-verification. Return e-verification of the return. There are options. We will discuss that also. So filing is not complete until verified, okay? It will be submitted, but unless you e-verified it, your return is not treated as filed. Be note down this. So e-verification is important. For e-verification, options are most use option at Aadhaar OTP. Means those whose Aadhaar and PAN is linked, they received a 6 digit OTP on their mobile. You then put that OTP on income tax portal, and then your return is treated as filed. That is, the pop-up comes e-verified successfully. So e-verification you can through, as I said, Aadhaar OTP, then net banking, then also generation of verification code. That is also one of the options. You can use that and file your return. But e-verification, as I'm saying, is necessary. Only the submission return is not very. And those who are not such options, but nowadays everyone has those options, and no need to have a speed post the acknowledgement. But if someone has no options like this, net banking, Aadhaar OTP, there is a problem issue, they need to what to do, download their ITRV, a simple one page acknowledgement comes after submitting the return, which needs to have a wording that this need to be speed post to the CPC Bangalore. So you need to take a printout on A4 size. You have to sign using your blue ink ball pen on that particular ITRV. That is, you need to have a speed post. Means you are not e-verified through Aadhaar OTP or net banking options, which you are not using. But it is not applicable to all. Only the smaller individual means companies and like those need to have a file their returns either Aadhaar OTP using Aadhaar OTP or the DSC sign. So those who are very have an individual like kind or don't have such type of exceptions, they can file using this physical printout of that ITRV, sign it using blue ink ball pen, A4 size envelope you have to use, and then you don't have to courier. Huh? You have to register post or use a speed post option to CPC Bangalore. And then after reaching that, you will receive a communication on email or a mobile that they received. And then once they record in their system, you have to download the acknowledgement. Not that it is not suffice, which you are sending to the CPC Bangalore. That is not suffice. Once they record it in the system, then a proper acknowledgement generated, which is generated after your just we do the e-verify using other OTP or net banking. That type of acknowledgement need to be downloaded, and then that had to be kept on record. So please note down all these things. So what will be the post filing actions also? This is also very much important. So before moving walkthrough, this is a last slide before moving we are walkthrough, and then after walkthrough also we will have a few slides of our filing checklist, which will be useful for all of you to have a record in it and use in your first period of the articleship. So after this slide we will have a what walkthrough of our income tax portals and our third party software also. So post filing actions will be what work continues after submission also. You need to sit there, you need to follow, you need to see if there are refund, whether the return is processed after 1 or 2 months or 3 months, whether the return is processed. You need to ask your client, means those who are no client can forward it to you, but those who don't have such kind of mindset, they just forget it, whether it is processed or not, whether any notice is received. So you have a login, or you can communicate with them, your client, that whether your return is processed or not, or you can on your own log in it and check whether the return is processed or not, whether refund is also received or not. So and then update your record, that particular assessment you have a tabulate data, that you have a control list, we can say. Before start your filing season, it is now started. Many firms you will see there is a control sheet, name of the clients, the whatever ITR forms applicable to them, then whether what will be the status of the work, it is data is received from the client or not received, received, then work is started or not, that is work in progress or not, then it is ready for filing or not. This status you have to update it, or you have to create such thing for your control purpose. Because many times what happened is that now why we feel stress, because we don't have that organized way approach of work, and we just wait for the last date. Don't do that. Start from your day one of your articleship. Have that organized way of work approach. Definitely you will find also their senior colleague or your senior partner, maybe they don't have that organized way of work, but try don't get but try on your own. You should have that organized way of work approach in your that will benefit, and they will learn from you also. So because learning is not like that, okay, senior or experienced person don't need learning. We are learning from you also, yeah, younger generation. Yes, we are student, lifelong student. So we need to learn from everyone. Whatever good thing we must learn. So how that organized way of approach, as I'm saying, that is the most important thing, which will with you keep with you last long, and you will reach heights of good heights of in your life. That organized and meticulous way of work. So that is what. So now we will move to what actual walkthrough. So I'm stopping this particular screen and will move to the uh, next our walkthrough. Hope you are eligible to see. Okay, we will start with a run through. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Yes. Okay. Let's start with our first video, first walkthrough of registration. How to register on income tax portal.
Okay, freshies and early career on this side, and you're here for the senior associate role. Right, of course, we'll get to you. In this video, you will learn how to register as a taxpayer on the e-filing portal. You need to be registered on the portal for filing your ITR or using various other tax-related services available on the portal. For registering as a taxpayer on the portal, you must have a valid and active PAN, mobile number, and email ID. Go to the e-filing login page and click Register. Under Register as Taxpayer, enter your PAN and click Validate. If the PAN is already registered or invalid, an error message will be displayed. In the Basic Details tab, enter all the mandatory details, including your name, your date of birth, or incorporation, as per your PAN, and select your residential status. Click Continue. After your PAN is validated, you will be taken to the Contact Details tab. Enter the mandatory details, including primary mobile number, email ID, and postal address. Click Continue. Separate OTPs are sent to the mobile number and email ID entered by you in the previous step. Enter the 2 6-digit OTPs received in the given fields and click Continue. All the details entered by you in the previous steps will be displayed on the Verify Details page. Check if the details are correct and click Edit. If you need to change any detail, then click Confirm. Enter your desired password in the Set Password and Confirm Password fields. When entering your new password, be mindful of the password policy. Your password should have at least 8 characters and at most 14 characters, both uppercase and lowercase letters, at least one number, at least one special character. Then, set your personalized message, which can contain a maximum of 25 characters. This message will be shown to you every time you log into e-filing after registration, which you will need to confirm by clicking a checkbox. It is an easy way for you to recognize that you are logging into the genuine e-filing portal and not any phishing website. Once done, click Register. And it's done. Registering on the e-filing portal is that simple. For registering under other categories like CA and external agency, refer to the Register Yourself user manuals in the e-filing portal's help section. Connect with us for more information.
So now next video on a bank account validation on income tax portal. Let's have a look.
Video is on how to validate bank account on the e-filing portal. Validation of your bank account on the e-filing portal is a pre-requirement for getting income tax refund. After filing of income tax return, the department will process the return. In case of a refund, it will only be transferred electronically to the taxpayer's bank account, which is linked with the PAN and is validated on the e-filing portal. It is also important that the bank account should be linked with the PAN and the PAN should be linked with Aadhaar. Let us now look at step by step how to validate bank account on the e-filing portal. The prerequisites are taxpayer should be registered on the e-filing portal taxpayer must have a valid bank account number and a valid IFSC of the bank branch. The taxpayer should also have access to Aadhaar registered mobile number. In order to validate your bank account, you are required to visit e-filing portal homepage and click on login. Post login, go to my profile. Alternatively, you can click on update against the bank account button. Now you can click on my bank account. In order to validate a new bank account, click on plus add bank account. On add bank account screen, you are required to enter the bank details such as bank account number. You are required to confirm the bank account number. You can select the account type from the drop-down menu. You are also required to choose the account holder type, give the IFSC details, and also select whether this account is nominated for refund or not. Please note, you can add a bank account which is linked with your PAN to receive refund. Refund can be issued only in savings, current, cash credit, overdraft, and non-resident ordinary accounts. The name as per PAN and the name in the bank account must match. Refund cannot be issued to bank accounts which are closed, invalid, under litigation, or in blocked status. Please note, if you wish to log in through net banking, it is allowed only for one validated bank account. You must enable net banking login at the My Bank Account page in My Profile section. Once the details are entered, you can click on Proceed to E-Verify button. You can select the method of e-verification and then click on Continue. If you select the method of e-verification using OTP linked with Aadhaar, you are required to first agree to validate Aadhaar details and then click on Generate Aadhaar OTP. You are required to enter 6-digit OTP received on Aadhaar registered mobile number and then click on Validate. Your request for validating the bank account is submitted. The status of your request will be sent to the registered mobile number and email ID. You can also check the status of your request for bank account validation. In order to check the status, you can visit incometax e-filing portal and click on Login. Go to My Profile and click on My Bank Account. On the My Bank Account page, you can see the status of your request. Once the bank account is validated, you can also nominate it for login through net banking. In order to nominate a bank account for net banking, you're required to enable the button. You would be asked, are you sure you want to nominate the selected bank account for login through net banking? You can click on Continue. Please note, login through net banking is allowed only for one validated bank account. Once the login through net banking is enabled, you can log into e-filing portal through net banking also. Some of the taxpayers have raised a grievance that they're getting an access denied error while logging through net banking, and they have inquired as to what should be the reason. Please note, access denied error is shown when taxpayer is logging through net banking, but net banking is not nominated in any bank account, or if the taxpayer has nominated one bank account and is logging through another bank account, or if the nominated bank account becomes invalidated for any reason or is closed, the taxpayer would be getting the error access denied. Validating your bank account and nominating it for login through net banking is very easy. To know more, you may visit our website www.incometax.gov.in or contact our helpline numbers.
So now let's understand electronic verification code, how to make it. Okay, we are moving third video for today's session. Electronic verification code.
Electronic Verification Code or EVC is a quick way to e-verify your income tax returns, statutory forms, refund reissue requests, and submitted responses. To generate EVC, you should be registered on the e-filing portal. Let's explore how to generate an EVC.
It is other than
After you
Aadhaar
have logged
OTP.
into the e-filing portal, click the Services menu and select Generate EVC. On the next page, select a PAN or TAN you want to generate EVC for. Individual taxpayers can generate EVC for their own PAN or another PAN if they are the authorized representative for it. Individuals can also generate EVC for a TAN if they are the principal contact of that particular entity. Once you select a PAN or TAN, click Continue. There are 3 ways to generate EVC on the e-filing portal: through net banking, bank account, and demat account. Let's explore the net banking option first. To use this option, your PAN must be linked with your bank account. Select the net banking option and click Continue. You will be logged out of the e-filing portal. On the login page, select a bank whose net banking facility you use. Read and understand the disclaimer, then click Continue. Then, you will need to log into your bank's website using your net banking user ID and password. Post login, click the link to log into the e-filing portal from the bank's website. After logging in through net banking, you will be taken to your e-filing dashboard. Click the Services menu and select Generate EVC. Then, your EVC is successfully generated through net banking. It is sent to your mobile number and email ID registered with e-filing. Now, let's look at how to generate EVC through your bank account. Select the Through Bank Account option. To use this option, you will need to pre-validate and EVC enable your bank account on the e-filing portal. To learn how, please refer to the My Bank Account video or user manual. If you have already pre-validated and EVC enabled your bank account, you can go ahead and click Continue. And that's it, your EVC will be generated. You will see a success message and receive the EVC on your mobile number and email ID verified by your bank. The process for generating EVC through demat account is similar to generating EVC through bank account. Select the Through Demat Account option. Even here, you will need to pre-validate and EVC enable your demat account on the e-filing portal. To learn how, please refer to the My Demat Account user manual. If you have already pre-validated and EVC enabled your demat account, click Continue. And then, your EVC will be generated. You will see a success message and receive the EVC on your mobile number and email ID verified by your depository. The EVC generated will be valid for 72 hours. After that, you need to generate EVC again. Note that you can also generate EVC offline through bank ATM for banks integrated with e-filing. Swipe your ATM card in the machine and select PIN for income tax filing. The EVC will be sent to your mobile number registered with e-filing. Connect with us for more information.
So now let's also important walkthrough of a DSC registration, the digital signature. That also we need to see how DSC will be registered to verify your returns, or it can be used for filing the returns. So let's see that video also. After that, we will walk through of a third-party ComputerTax software.
This video is on how to register digital signature certificate on the e-filing portal. Register DSC service is available to all registered users on the e-filing portal. The service enables registered users to register their digital signature certificate. They can also re-register the digital signature certificate when the registered DSC has expired. The service also provides a functionality to re-register DSC when the registered DSC has not expired. The taxpayers can also register DSC of principal contact through this service. In this video, we will discuss the step-by-step process of registering digital signature certificate, re-registering digital signature certificate when the registered DSC has expired, re-registering digital signature certificate when the registered DSC has not expired, and register digital signature certificate of the key person or the principal contact. Let us first check the prerequisites of using the registered DSC service. You should be a registered user on the e-filing portal. Your DSC USB token should be Class 3 certificate. DSC to be registered should be active and not expired, and the DSC should not be revoked. In order to register your DSC, you must log into the e-filing portal using your valid user ID and password. Post login on the dashboard, click on My Profile. On My Profile page, click the option Register DSC. If the DSC has not been registered earlier, you need to download and install the EM Signer utility. You can install the utility by clicking on the hyperlink in Need Help section of the Register DSC page. While registering your DSC, click the checkbox I have downloaded and installed EM Signer utility and then click on Continue. You're required to select the provider, certificate, and the provider password and then click on Sign. Once you click on Sign, the DSC will be successfully registered and you will be notified on your registered email ID and mobile number. You may also register your DSC even if the DSC is already registered. When you will check in the My Profile section and the Register DSC service, you will get a message, you already have a registered DSC. You can click on View Certificate and check the expiry date of your existing digital signature certificate. But in case you still want to register a new DSC, you can click on Click Here. You're required to select the details of the provider, certificate, and the provider password and then click on Sign. The new DSC will be registered successfully and you will get a success message on your registered email ID and mobile number. In case your digital signature certificate has expired, you can view the details of the certificate in the My Profile Register DSC section. You can check the validity by clicking on View Certificate. If you want to register a new DSC, click on Click Here. You're required to provide the details of the provider, certificate, provider password, and then click on Sign. Your new DSC will be registered successfully and you will be notified on your registered email and mobile number. Let us now see step by step how to register DSC for key person or the principal contact. In order to update the key person details or to update the principal contact details, the corporate taxpayers need to change the details in the authorized signatory. In order to change the details, they're required to log into the e-filing portal with the corporate PAN, navigate to My Profile, access the key person details and add the details of the new key person and appoint the new key person as the principal contact. Let us now see the step-by-step process of appointing the principal contact. You're required to log in to the e-filing portal using your company's user ID and password. Post login on the dashboard, click on My Profile. Click on Key Person Details to add the key person. Enter the details of the key person and click on Add. If the DSC of key person or the principal contact is not registered in individual PAN, an error message will be visible. As a prerequisite, key person must register DSC by logging to his or her e-filing account. Once the DSC is registered for key person or the principal contact, DSC expiry date will be visible. You can enter other details and then click on Add. You are required to select Yes to the radio button, authorize to e-verify or appoint as principal contact and then click on Add. DSC of key person or the primary contact details have been added successfully. You will be notified on the registered email ID and mobile number. Let us now check the frequently asked questions regarding registering the digital signature certificate. One of the key questions is, the key person associated with the corporate has left and the new key person has registered DSC against his PAN, but during e-verification using DSC, still the PAN of the earlier key person is reflected. Kindly guide. In case the key person associated has changed, you need to update the details of the new key person in profile and appoint as principal contact. Please follow the following steps. You are required to log into the e-filing portal using corporate PAN, navigate to My Profile and appoint the key person as the principal contact. Ask the principal contact to log into the e-filing portal and navigate to My Profile and then register the DSC there. Once the DSC is registered for the new principal contact, the same shall be used for verification of income tax returns, forms, and other requests for corporate PAN. Another question that we are regularly receiving is, while verifying using DSC, I am getting certificate mismatch error. In case of a corporate PAN, kindly make sure that the DSC used for verification should be linked with the PAN of the principal contact, and DSC should be registered on the e-filing portal from login of the principal contact. The DSC registered on e-filing portal and DSC used for e-verification should be the same digital signature certificate. Some of the taxpayers are also finding an error message while e-verification using DSC. The message is something went wrong. What should they do? If you're facing issue something went wrong in DSC, please follow the steps. First, uninstall the existing Embridge application and then download the latest application. To download, you may visit embridge.emudra.com. Please install the latest version. Follow the guidelines provided in the Embridge installer for the basic troubleshooting. Also, please delete existing certificate and import it again in HYP 2003 token tool, which was earlier known as ePass 2003 auto tool, and then retry. In case you're still facing issues, kindly contact the help desk. Some taxpayers have reported that they have plugged in DSC token in their machine and have installed the emSigner utility also, but DSC token is not getting detected. You're requested to kindly make sure that before plugging in DSC token, the Embridge application is up and running. After plugging in the DSC token, install HYP 2003 token tool, and HYP 2003 token application should be up and running. In case both the applications are running, still DSC token is not getting detected, restart your system, delete existing certificate in HYP 2003 token, and import it again and retry. Some taxpayers have also reported that they've registered DSC on e-filing portal but are not getting values in drop-downs while trying to e-verify using DSC. You're requested to follow the following steps to troubleshoot. First, uninstall the existing Embridge application and download the latest application. To download, you may visit embridge.emudra.com. Install the latest version. Also follow the guidelines provided in the Embridge installer for the basic troubleshooting. Please delete existing certificate and import it again in HYP 2003 token tool and try again. In case you're still facing issue, kindly contact your certificate provider. The DSC certificate might be corrupted. To know more, you may visit our website www.incometax.gov.in or contact.
So now we will have a walkthrough on a CompuTax software, that is the third party software. So let's have a dive into it. So this is what you have a look of a third party software. It is a CompuTax software. So if you will see here, it is a tab of permanent information. Then headwise, as I said earlier, also salary tab, house property, business, speculative business, depreciation, clubbing of income, remuneration of firm, interest, profit share from the firm, presumptive taxation, the different tab, 44 AD, AE, ADA, LIC agent. Then there is a different tab for capital gain, other exempt income. You have to report the other source income, report the different tab. So you have a look of it. Deductions, there is also a different tab. So third party software like CompuTax is providing like this. Means whatever you have to provide information or fill, you have to fill here. Then the software will help you to create the JSON file, and then you will upload directly on the portal by logging from this software only. Means you have to here just see a return form tab. You have to click here. Here what you will see, user ID, password. You have to put information, that basic information here, save it. Then the portal, this software will take it to you to the portal. Means login. If you will see the options, login, return submit options, approve, here the forms type. Means whatever information you fill in the permanent information and type of the income, the software will help you to come out with which form is applicable to the particular assessee. Means this software will be help you, but you also need to be very careful while creating any party detail or client detail in the software, that it is a company, individual, HUF, firm. You have to select that particular type, and then the software will automatically come with that particular information. So you have to be very careful while creating any party details in any software. So just see, this is the permanent information tab. This is a CompuTax software. Means here we will go through the party name, primary address, everything will be client master. You have to put bank details, account numbers, everything we will put information in this. Means your first 1 or 2 3 months you will get this type of work from your senior colleagues, or means new client you have to put every information, but the client is already going in, then this the permanent information you don't need to, just you have to verify that the information any update then you have to access those tabs. So these are like things in the third party software. It is everything you have to learn. You have to go, you have to use your free time to learn this type of softwares or whatever in your firm wherever you are now going to work. So these are the salary. There are each like this salary. You will find this employer details, TAN, PAN, basic pay, salary details. You have to put everything information here. Means nowadays software also provide everything information. Whatever information you can input directly into software also. Means whenever you input 26 or AIS, it will be automatically that data will be fetched in here. Employer PAN, employer details, everything will be, because the form 16 is filed and linked to the your PAN. So everything that also need to fill up. So that is also very important to know. So each and every time if anything errors, the software will pop up for you. Then the house property income details, business, such tabs are here. So house property rented, self-occupied, dim let out. You have to put your tenant name if it is let out. Then if it is self-occupied, if you click on self-occupied, the few of the tabs will be disabled because that are not applicable or not related when you enter self-occupied details. So only applicable tabs. So software help you to do like this. So much work will be very easy to do. So then under business, you have the profit and loss figure. You have to put after based on your financial statements, then add less. Again, here also can CompuTax provide directly. Wait a minute, we will show it. In a general information tab, here you will find the balance sheet, profit and loss account, then 44 ADA income. You have to put here other information. So if you have to put balance sheet, P&L. It is in a format. If you want to change the format, you can change the format also. So if in P&L, if you see the transfer to the computation, when whatever profit will be there, it will, if you check out here, it will directly provide it that profit figure to your this tab, like here business tab. It will be directly automatically come here. So it depends on the software which used by your firm. So you need to learn those things. Okay. Now let's see. This is a prepaid taxes tab. Okay. If you click, if you see this tab, 26 AS, AIS and TS, and then Chalan also, whatever advance tax you paid. So when you click on the import button, it will take you to the income tax portal. It will, software will do everything for you. It will automatically download every data here, and then process completed will message will be pop up, and then you will say okay, then the figures of let TDS on non-salary salary will be reflected automatically here with everything AS and TIS information also. So here the data import tab, then you have to click only on the PDF download, then here date will be download, date will be come. If you download now, so 30th June will be here. So data import you click. So then while logging, because I have not mentioned the logging, so here that is the problem, but it will take you to the income tax portal, and then it will fetch the AIS and TS data in your software. So now we will have, this is what the third party software like it is, means taxman software will have a different but the logic of the software is also like this only. You will find the different tabs for the different heads, deductions, general information, P&L, balance sheet format, whatever you have to put for importing the 26 AS, TS, AS. So every third party software will be enable this type of help. So now we will have a login through portal. Wait a minute. we will see the 26 AS, AIS and TIS, and also let's have login will take. This is a e-filing portal. Yes, there are two portals, income tax portal and e-filing portal. These are two different. If you want to do any income tax filing, you have to come on e-filing income tax portal, right? Then you have to mention the PAN, you have to check out here, then you have to mention your PAN, then click on continue. Okay, now we are logged in. Okay, so let's have a portal walkthrough for the time being. Okay, so you will find here tabs e-file. Under e-file, you have a income tax returns. Whenever you want to file, you have to click on this file income tax return. Then you have to see view file returns. Whatever returns you have filed, you will see here. Assessment year wise data will be fetch up here. Then if you want any type of file income tax, means third party software will also take you through that from here. Means it will do automatically instead of we are doing now physically. The software will do automatically on a one click. You don't have to do anything from your attachments. Everything will software do. You don't have to do anything. So these are the options. You will find this view form 26 as also. Okay, so you have to click here. It will take you to the another portal. Then you have to check out here, then click on proceed. Okay, then click on view tax credit. Then you have to select assessment year for which year you want to fill. Then view as what you have to do HTML, and then just view or download. Then the data will come here like this. Okay, and then you want to export as PDF. This is offline activity if you are directly log into the income tax portal, but software will do automatically. It will give you the PDF also directly to save for you. So this is where the TDS information, income and TDS information will be reflected in your form 26AS. That is all about 26AS. Then you have to just close that platform. Then come again e-filing. Okay, if download pre-filled data, view annual information statement. So AIS, whatever. So if you want, you have to click here. So it will take you to the compliance portal. Okay, here instructions all. As a you have to read these instructions also. Whatever form instruction also you need to read. ITR 1, ITR 2, all the instructions also available here. Means if you go in e-filing portal, there are download option tab. Go through that or download the offline utilities Excel. Go through it. Download the instructions to have a run through on the income tax form. So here we have to click on AIS. So this is the okay. What is TIS? This is taxpayer information summary. TIS. Okay. If you want detail, then you have to go, and then financial you have to select. So now financial year 25-26. So assessment relevant year assessment year is 26-27. So if you click on the annual information system, it will take you the three tabs: taxpayer information summary, annual information statement, and then you want to download, it will be download automatically. So these are the detailed summary that we will call TIS. Taxpayer information summary, that is a TIS. It will be headwise, as I said. Okay, this is the headwise: interest, sale, business receipt, GST turnover, GST purchase. Everything will be reported here under TIS. And if you want detail, then it will be AIS. So that is for that. So okay, then we will again come to the. So now again under e-file income tax forms, other than forms you need to file, then you have to use income tax form tab. That is a file income tax form, other forms like 15 CA, CB forms, then other deductions claiming forms. You have to see this. Then you view file form, like income tax return only. View file returns, view filed forms. Okay. Then e-pay tax, any payment of tax of advance tax you need to do for your client or yourself, you have to click on e-pay tax. Then you have to select assessment, relevant assessment year or that. Yes. Now you have a option to select whether you have to do for income tax under 25 or 1961. As now from the 26-27 advance tax already many of the had paid, they have select option 25. But anything you want to do for the last financial year, that is 25-26, you have to select what? Income Tax Act 1961. Means whenever you have to do self-assessment tax payment for financial year 25-26, you have to select which act? Income Tax Act 1961 and not Income Tax Act 2025. Whatever payments relevant to tax year 26-27, you have to select Income Tax Act 2025. So this is all about e-pay tax. Then you have to continue and select a proper year, then proper challan. The drop down list is there. Then this is the caption of authorized persons. You have to authorize your CA or return or representative SSE. So this is the options. You can go through and learn on your own also. Then under services tab, this is the know your refund status, tax credit mismatch, if any. You have to, if you want to file rectification, then this is the tab file. Then challan correction, you need to do anything. Then refund reissue request, many times be due to because of the invalidated bank accounts, refund didn't credit, it is issued but didn't credit to the bank account, then you need to validate that bank account, then you have to raise the refund reissue request. So these are the, as I already we said, seen generate electronic verification code also. Then view download your EPAN also from here. Condonation request, this is the AIS tab. Then pending actions related to your work list means anything reported by the department notice. So this is response to the outstanding demand. Means these are the tabs used for replying anything on the department, anything department uploaded for you, any notice. Then e-proceedings, reporting portal, common compliance portal. You will understand step by step. Then anything grievances you have to submit here. Anything difficulty you are facing, you can submit by selecting the right drop down from which relate to means grievance related to which area. So and then you have to see your status for that grievance, it is resolved or not. And then the help menu. So all these about what we can say. The important is the what we can say my profile change password. You can, if you want to change your password, and the my profile contains what? Your bank account. You are already seen in that particular video. Demat account, register DSC tab, e-filing wall means you need to high security password. Just I have put you want another high security password, so use that. Secure access message, then static password, Aadhaar OTP login, jurisdiction details. You will who the means if you want to see what are the officer is related, where my return means which officer is a jurisdiction officer. So these are the details of jurisdiction officer, building name, everything will become here. Then representative assessee, sources of income. If you see, means these are the self-explanatory also. You can access, create your own login on the income tax register, and then have, or you can use your client for getting access to this type of things. So I think I have covered this. Just have in our next 5 minutes, we will walk through our the final checklist. Okay, let's have that walkthrough also. Filing checklist for article assistance. So these are the checklist I have created. I think the PDF, the PPT will be shared by the concerned coordinator. You will have just have a look. PAN, Aadhaar, correct ITR form, income documents collected, deduction proofs, AIS, tax credit mismatch, bank details confirm. So I have created this means document checklist for salary individuals. Then house property, then capital gains, what is the checklist, then business profession, client communication checklist, how you can communicate, ask clearly, completely, precisely, and as early as possible, track the pending items, you have to keep everything on record, confirm unusual transactions, discuss with your seniors, and avoid any assumptions, don't presume anything. The common filing portals issues you may come across, logging access difficulty, missing pre-filled data. Yes, they are bound to be. Then discuss with your seniors. Tedious mismatch, wrong bank details, validation errors, pending verification. So what will be the do's? Use checklists, reconcile before filing, keep source documents handy, prepare clean workings, escalate the doubts early, and don't rely on only on the client memory. Don't ignore AIs or 26As. Don't rush to the submit. Don't claim unsupported deductions. So these are the few of the don'ts. So how this help in you to the big four or mid-size firm faster onboarding? It will I think this today's session will help you to this value addition. So more confidence in team discussions, improve interview responses, stronger professional images. So watch this. If you have find the recorded session, then do 1 to 3 to 4 times to understand before you are going to next interview for your article. So conclusion, your value as an article starts with a discipline. As I said, discipline approach is very important. Organized way of work, learn forms, logic and process. Learning is very much important. You have that approach. Learning approach should be definitely take you to the heights. So accuracy builds trust and practical readiness creates what? Opportunity. So thank you so much. Let's have note my contact numbers and we will have, if you any have questions, we'll take it that also. So anyone have any questions? So then let me know, or I think everyone understood everything and then we will end up the session. Be connected. Anyone have any questions, you can connect with me on a phone. My number will be, I think you note it down, or you can take it from the JK Shah particular coordinator. You can touch with me on WhatsApp, email, anything if you want. Anyone have noted any questions, or then we can conclude our session. Thank you so much for all the participants who are there till the end. Hope the session added value to all of you. Anyone want to say anything? You can also mention in chat. Those who are there, how you feel? Value added or not?
Yes, sir, it was good.
Thank you, Mac. Thank you so much. Be connected. It will help to all of us. So I think we will end the session. Thank you so much. Bye bye. Take care. See you soon. Be connected. As I said, we will end the session. Okay.